Welcome to my strange serious talks, guys. Yeah, that's a lot of freaking S's. Um, Today I kind of want to talk about the zombie apocalypse again because it is really close to Halloween. This is my friend Mr. Bones. I really like him. You should like him too because he actually hangs behind me usually, so I'm gonna put him up there. I don't know if you guys can. Oh, you can't see him. Oh, that's nice. There's Mr. Bones with all the weird lighting in the back. Sorry about that. Um, So, Mr. Bones and I have been talking about the zombie apocalypse, considering that the skeleton war is, of course, going on right now. But only for a few more days, guys, and then it's going to be done, and we'll have to wait till next October. It's so sad. But okay, so the thing about the zombie apocalypse that I have a problem with usually is that the zombies don't disintegrate, and I'm not quite sure if that's because, like, cinematics, like, you have to have scary zombies going around all the time. But let's think about this for a bit. Like, bodies decompose usually within a month. Now, I looked this up. Yes, it was one of those weird things where you had to, like, no, I swear I'm a writer. You write by it in the freaking tab bar. But I looked up how bodies decompose and why they decompose so quickly. Now, one of the reasons that they decompose so quickly is apparently because of animals eating them. Now, if we look at most zombie apocalypse eras, so that's going way back, like to the 50s, and all the other movies that you can see till now, up to like Walking Dead. I think that's like the newest zombie-esque thing right now. Well, not really new, but like new overall world that we've been introduced to, and most of them tend to have like animals that are still alive, and usually they are not affected by the zombie disease, infection, virus, whatever you want to call it. And to make this easy, we're just gonna go with the Walking Dead area because that's the newest that I've been exposed to, and it's the easiest one, and probably the easiest one for you guys to use too, because I'm assuming you've seen it if you're watching a zombie video. So the thing about the animals is that I wonder if they would still eat the zombies or if they would inherently know, oh no, this is disease flesh type of thing, so we shouldn't eat this. But who knows? Um, Another thing would be that, hello, why are you guys still alive? Like, there's so many zombies. So I would assume that with the longer the time goes and the people who are surviving, the more zombies that are dying. So eventually it would come, I would say, at least closer to even, if not almost even together at all. Because there's only so much time, and I think eventually they're going to start decomposing. Like, maybe not within the typical month, but I would say over the course of a few years, your body is going to get pretty sloppy. There's nothing that keeps it going. Now, considering if we go with the iZombie perspective, even though I know I said that we're going to use just like the Walking Dead thing, but I'm bringing out other zombies as well. I'm sorry, I forgot about it. There's also the thing where, like, if they eat the brains and such, they're going to stay more alive because their food source is still there, so their brain is still technically working, and maybe that's also why they're not decomposing as quickly, is because their brain is still working, because you still have to stab them in the freaking head. You have to kill the brain. That's the whole point of zombies, apparently. So, maybe that's why, like, maybe that's the philosophy behind these zombie movies and such. Who effing knows? But this is my idea. This is my video. This is what we're doing. Okay, so basically, after my little rant about the weird things in freaking Zombieland eras that I don't quite understand and I feel like they should fix, but I also understand because of like cinematic opportunities and all that, because they look really beautiful and it gives that really scary element sometimes when there's just so many zombies and all that and they're not really that decomposed yet. Okay, but moving on. How to Prepare for a Zombie Apocalypse by Ray Ray. So the great thing about the zombie apocalypse is that you should basically run. And the best place would be, like, quite honestly, if something happens like that, I'm going to the mountains. Mostly because I know how to get up to the mountains. I'm not really afraid how to. I'm also, it's a ton of resources up there. Like, you have to be kind of, like, afraid of, like, mountain lions and bears and stuff. But even if it happens, like, in the dead of winter, like, I know the area enough that I'm pretty sure I can figure out how to survive up there. And also, it's a mountain. How many zombies are going to be coordinated enough to go up there? The only fear would be that everyone else would have the same idea, but I don't think they are. And I hope it doesn't happen now and this video gets popular. Let's hope not. No, this video does not need to be popular. I don't even have makeup on, so this is good. No, but seriously, guys, like, I would go to someplace that wouldn't be densely populated and would have resources for me to gain food. Now, I say the mountains because a lot of the plants up there I know I can eat usually because, like, the birds and everything else eats it. And that's also a good tip for survival and such. If you ever find yourself in a place where you are low on food or have no food and you're in the wilderness and such, please do not just guess and eat a plant. Do yourself a favor. Just sit for a while with your hunger and watch the animals and figure out what they are eating. Because usually, if a mammal can eat it, so like a squirrel or something, now birds, they're usually a different story, but usually birds are correct too. Like, we can handle more than birds usually. So, like, if a bird gets sick, like, you're probably going to get less sick, but keep in mind that if a bird dies, probably not a good idea for you to eat it. But the thing is, if the birds and the squirrels and whatever else you see are eating it, probably okay for humans to eat too. Good survival tip. Also, the way I would survive in the zombie apocalypse, except maybe don't follow the zombies' example. No cannibalism. We already have enough of that in the world if there is a zombie apocalypse. Okay, a couple more minutes. Okay, second thing that I would do after finding a place that is less populated and has a food source that I can gain from. And a water source, by the way, so don't be going in the desert and stuff like that. Like, really. Like, there's food there, but is there water? Not really. This is why the plants and stuff are scarce. And coarse and prickly. It's like they're all mad because they just want to keep their water. Let's see. Number 1. So number 2. Let's see. What do I do for number 2? Number 2 is basically making an adequate shelter. So, like, start building, like, a little place that you can, like, upkeep to make sure the zombies aren't there. Whether it's just, like, noise so you know when to run, or if it's, like, building a freaking fortress where you can protect and defend it if you have to against these zombies. I would recommend pits mostly, because if pits happen and stuff, and I'm assuming that you're being careful enough, like a pit in the ground, like trench around your area with noises, and then, you know, the little sticky things, so that even if they try to crawl out, they can't really get over the pointy sticks that you make. I'm also assuming a lot. I'm assuming we're in my world, so wilderness area, forest, mountains. Also, they're not like the little measly mountains. Do not go to, like, the East Coast and go up on their mountains. I'm talking hard, rocky mountain crap. Like, those mountains is the mountain you want to be on. Now, don't also be afraid, because animals up there. They're not evil. They're just trying to live their life. But they're scary as hell. Rattlesnakes? Not fun. I found 2 meeting, and they both cornered me. I literally had to run down the side of a mountain to get away from them. Not a fun experience. Okay. So, I only have a few minutes. Okay, so that was number 2. Basically start working on your fortress after you have found a safe place that is less populated than most areas and has a freaking food source and water source. Okay, so 3. 3, I would have to say, is probably gently, like, go exploring around more densely populated areas. Find out what's going on the best you can, but being safe, not too far from the fortress. Maybe gather extra supplies that you wouldn't be able to get anywhere else, or you couldn't make yourself for a very long time, such as rope. I'm going to be honest, I can't make rope very well. Tried it once. Not going to work. So rope is a good thing. Let's see, what else? Any food that you want that you think you're not going to have for a long time if the zombie apocalypse keeps going, go ahead and grab that too. Probably a few friends if you can. Go find your friends. Go find your family if you can. But please do it safely. I don't want you guys to die. So, that was the end of my strange but serious talk. Zombie apocalypse style. What steps did we go over? How to save each other? No, we didn't. We decided to save ourselves in this one. So basically, first thing I would have done in a zombie apocalypse, which I say that you should do too, is find a less dense area population that has a food and water source. Then start making some type of defense area in the place that you are staying. 3, dear Lord, please start exploring. Figure out what to do. Figure out what's going on. Do your best to figure out what to do from then on. I had a weird and strange talk with you guys. I hope you like it. If you didn't, I don't really care. This is more for me than for you, but if you'd like to see more of these, or if you have a suggestion for such things, maybe I'll do it. Who knows? Who knows? Thank you for watching. Bye.